let me turn that down. But that was the thing that made me want to go live real quick. Um, my son and his friends are outside. They're gonna come in and help me shortly. But I was listening to Marvin Sapp's "My Testimony, I Win." So glad I made it. Right? That's how we know it. So glad I made it. And I did a video, and I'm still working on these spaces. I'm gonna keep doing these videos because it feels like when I go back to look at it, it feels good to look at it, you know. But I wanted to come live and say this. I want to give a special shout out to Mike Wald. I think I'm saying his name right, from Remax Realty. Because when I first met him, I was literally like, I don't care, sell the house around me. You know what I mean? I'm like not moving. I don't care about anything. You know, it's the end of the world as we know it. I really don't care. After everything that happened, you know, that's the way I felt. And because of his nature, like he is a heck of a realtor, you know, his nature, it got me up and moving. So I'm very grateful for that realtor. So that means that I've been busting through the crap. You know, that's one of the things. He don't take no crap. But I've been busting through the crap, and the house is getting there. It's getting there. My son painted that room. I'm still working on it, you know. Um, I'm in here working on this room, as you guys have seen. And yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm fighting. We're fighting, all of us, fighting collectively as a family to make sure we make it. There was something else I was gonna tell y'all, but I was gonna come back later because I was figuring I have enough time. I think I got enough time. I don't know if they still out there or not. Let me see. No, that's my son's car. I think they left. Oh. So, but yeah, I'm getting the house together. We're painting it, and we're doing what it takes to survive. That's what I wanted to talk to y'all about, was survival. You know, I've been talking about branding lately. Remember, you know, my videos are amateur because I have no talent in videos and production. But I do got a talent for marketing and branding and stuff like that. And you got to be true to yourself when you decide that, you know. And then once you're true to yourself, like honest about what you're capable of doing, right? Then you got to think about who would like it and then do the even better for them for what you can do for yourself, if that makes sense. So it does show how low sometimes people are. Like right now, low, like I had no energy. And now because I have God gave me a platform and an amazing realtor that like pushed me to move and get out of bed and no other choice. You know, it's like I want to give you guys decluttering tips. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say, but I can't give you the wealthy woman's, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that in contrary. I'm saying it in I ain't wealthy, you know? So sometimes you gotta make do with what you got, you know? So I can't afford to move out and make the house look like it's empty and get a pod and deep cleaners myself. But because of my realtor's standard, I love his standard, it forces you to do it because he does it in a really good way. I'm very proud of him. It's a very good realtor. Um, I want to get his name right, but he's with Remax, and his last name it's hard, it looks like World, but it's not World. Looks like Wold. Yeah. So, anyways, so when you're not that wealthy, there's certain things you can't do, and if you don't have like support, you know what I mean, like a family that will, and I know in Black family is like no one has a family that would do that. But in other cultures, they do have a family that would do that. If your house is worth a certain amount of money, they would definitely capitalize off of that and help you get somewhere safe, but you owe them. You get what I'm saying? But I don't have that either. So I'm going to figure it out. And what I've decided to do is move into the basement completely and let Livy move completely into her room. I know that's bad, but that's what you got to do when you're like that struggling single. I ain't gonna say struggling, that's a negative word. Surviving. That's what this was about, right? When you're that surviving single mom, you got to do certain things. So I'm gonna tell people when they come see the house that leave her room alone. There's pictures for the room, And if you want to go in there at your own, you know. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move everything I could possibly move into the basement. I'm going to finish painting. I'm going to do these floors. And I just mean detail clean them like hands and knees. I'm not going to do anything more than that because they're beautiful floors. Maybe they could use a coat of wax on them or something. Something to shine them up a little bit, but that's it. But we're working through it. As you guys know, on the journey of this story, right? I guess that's what I'm giving is my story from a branding aspect. I tried to, I probably still could sell the car, but I feel like knock at your best option. And if God says no or puts up enough barriers, sometimes it's him telling you, nope, stop, don't do it. And he put up a lot of barriers that day. I just went through all of them thinking if the best possible scenario could happen. And, no, shh, mailman. If the best possible scenario could happen, then that was God. And if it can't happen, then let's see what can, And it looked like that day, nothing that was God that was going to happen. So I have to forge forward. So one of the decisions is I have to sell this house ASAP. Or I'll just kind of watch what I've seen people, elders in my past do, that family line kind of thing where they sit and, the depression might get them down and they won't move. So, or they'll say, I can't leave my house, and they'll let it go into foreclosure instead of just selling it. I wish I would have sold sooner. I tried to. Nobody, well, they all wanted me to do what this realtor is making me do, but they didn't do it like he did it. They did it like, ooh, your house. He did it like, okay, I'm going to sell it around you. And then he did. And then when people started coming to my house, I was like, you ain't going to talk to me like that. No, I ain't going to say talk to them because they didn't say nothing wrong. But each thing was a great criticism that needed to be done. It was too much of my character in the house. It really was where you couldn't, there was no dining. I mean, there is a dining room, but people don't know there's a beautiful chandelier. I just got to cut it down. I zip tied it up, but there's a beautiful, beautiful chandelier up there. I don't know if you can see it, but it drops down to the middle. But that was my sitting room, basically, for me, because I needed, and I'm writing a book about how to survive trauma, because that's like step number 2. After you cover your head, step number 1 was cover your head, but step number 2, after you cover your head, change how you wake up or the position in the room that you sit so that you could change your view, so that it is not so shocking, so that you don't have so many memories of the past, a past that you can't have no more. You know what I mean? And that could really mess up not just day when you're dealing with tragedy. It could mess up a month, So I'm writing a book about that. That's going good too. Uh, Another one of those steps towards recovery is do what makes you happy. And, you know, if for some people that might be going back to work, for other people that might be going on a trip, for some people that might be changing your career, selling your house, becoming an entrepreneur. That's what's gonna make me happy. So that's what gotta be done. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what happens sometimes when tragedy. It's like I have to go forward in a manner that makes it worth it. To just say I was true to it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. It honors what happens when you do that. If not, you become bitter. You know, I could feel that teeter towards bitter. I want to be bitter so bad. I kind of am in some areas, but not in many. Not in many. Because I have such a God, number one step number one in that series I was telling you about should be, that is what it's going to be, is let God heal you. But that's what the covering of the head is. You know, I think now I know angels come because, well, I'm going to have to go in a second, but now I know angels come because you cover your head. You know, they always said that, like, women should cover their head on the account of the angels. But I believe it's they come because you cover your head. It's like they minister to you. I know, I've been there. I've been there where all you could do is cry and scream cry. Like, not just regular cry. You know what I mean? I had, in 2021, I had 2 real nervous breakdowns. Not like, ooh, I think I had a nervous breakdown, girl. No, real actual nervous breakdowns. That's characterized by that laugh. Anybody who ever had a nervous breakdown know what I'm talking about. There's a laugh that comes. So, I know what I'm talking about. So I do. I think now that, and actually Jamila, she helped me with that because I made these scarves. This is one of the scarves. This was a scarf that I had created, and hey, but it has EMF protection material in it, right? And I know I look crazy, but I don't really care. I mean, I care, but if this world is so keen to liking the concept of transgenderism, if you cannot, I get Alicia Keys. If you can't like the look of a real woman, then I'm sorry. You like the look of makeup. You like the look of fakeness. And I'm sorry, wrong one. But I do know how to be other things. You get what I'm saying? I do. I know how to cook you a meal. I know how to take care of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? In all kinds of ways. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I'm talking. I don't like what they're doing with male-female relationships these days. They're making people, it's so distorted to where it's like, I really don't care. Don't need none of you. And not until y'all see God. Look at God. Then I care. But I do care if I look good to me. And that's cute. With the little thing now. Dogs. Remember what I told y'all about dogs? Y'all, that's probably what happened. The energy in the room changed. Go lay down. Gotta say it with that voice. That's the only voice I got. I ain't really got no voice. Something happened to my voice when I was younger and it broke. Like, you know how other people could go, can't even do it. Dika, go lay down. Downstairs. Downstairs. You're downstairs. You was in my trash. Go downstairs. That's your day. You are on punishment downstairs. I'm sorry about that, but praise God, I'm glad you're here. Let's get back to the conversation about survival. And let's slow down. Remember I said I was going to do more of that because I fill in the spaces, and I think that's when our fungi talks. Our fungi. Y'all know, remember I told y'all demons are fungi? I think that's when our fungi talks, when we fill in the space. Okay? About survival. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've already went and purchased, it was like $200 for a month. No, more than that. It's like $300 for a month if I was to take everything out of my house and put it in one of them pod things. But the problem with that is, that's like, what if something happened, you lost all your stuff? No, I'm not going there. So then I was like, how about I buy this? This is the tip, okay, for surviving single moms when you got to sell a house and don't have certain resources. The tip is half of that price. Well, for 55, well, less than half. For $55, I bought 8 tubs of these black ones. 8 of them. I don't know if y'all saw that, but so for $55, I bought 8 of those. And actually, I bought more than 8. I bought like I want to say about $100 worth, right? We'll say, of those tubs. And I'm just putting everything in it. Everything. Everything. Every closet has a tub. You know, I'm going through decluttering, throwing away the trash, throwing away the old generation of, like, chapter 1. Chapter 1 is over. We got it on camera. Click. Let's go forward. Now we're decluttering and making sure we think towards the future. That's actually why I came live. My son has been helping me declutter, and he sees a lot of the stuff that I have that is very valuable, but you don't know it. It looks like I'm a hoarder, but I'm not a hoarder. I'm not now, and I praise God because now my son is admitting it, because he sees, like, I am preparing for the future that it looks like this world is gonna have. Did you hear me? I'm gonna say that again. I am preparing for the future that it looks like this world will have, right? So as we're going through, he's looking at things, and there was a basket. It was gold rod, like a gold rod, like, I ain't gonna say rod iron, but it was like iron type of looking basket. And he's like, what are you gonna do with this, Mom? And I said, well, I don't know. I was thinking about keeping it, but tell me to throw it away. But I want to have I don't know, I might have an Airbnb in the future. You know, I might have a rest stop of a resort or something. Who knows? By the concept of this future. And so he looks at it again. He goes, okay, I can see that. You should keep it. And so this started happening about so many different things that other people. Here we go. I have a massage chair. Yeah, massage chair. No, not like a massage chair. Not that. Not a chair like that. I'm talking about what a masseuse would sit someone in to give them a massage. He's like, why do you have this? I said, because we don't know what the future's going to bring. Like, honestly, I could get me a license real quick, or I could take, who knows, that could be like a 2-week class or something, or I can get under apprentice real fast, or I could watch some YouTube videos if the society crashes. I don't know. But then he thought about it and went, yeah, I feel it. Because he's looking too, you know, they're putting him up for the concept of being drafted into war. You get what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff they talking about, nuclear war and stuff. So before World War III. So everybody knows that's the first thought that comes to young people's minds, because they've been in their school making them sign up since forever, right? Or making sure they knew, the boys, that they had to register for such things, you know? So with that being said, that's a big eye-opener, though, that a 19-year-old who I call Throw It Away Zay. I call him Throw It Away Zay. Help me throw it away, Zay. Because he always saying I'm a hoarder. He's looking at, I have my oils and things to make candles and hair oils and hair products and things like that. He's like, yeah, you're right. You need these things. I have wood. I have tools. These are things that you need for like crafting a world where you may not have, like going back to work may not be your goal. Your goal may be entrepreneurialism, but you got to test the market and see where you fit and see, and because this is post-COVID and pre-World War III, you also got to think about some things that you know you'll be good at no matter what. And you know will be needed no matter what. You get what I'm saying? You'll be good at, like hair oil, that'll be needed no matter what. No matter what, you know, because everybody don't have the heart to do within your community like they would need to do. Localization is going to matter. Oh, I'm giving y'all a business conversation, but let's take it. Let's do it. So that way you can know, like, am I lying? Do I have a consumer behavior business degree? But localization, this is going to be where the community may matter, you know? So if you don't know what you want to do in your future, but you're good at doing hair is a good thing to do right now. Being a barber is a great thing to do right now. Do not, I repeat, do not become a truck driver right now. So many young men are being given that advice. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Not right now. Landscaper. These are local businesses that you can do using the power of American capitalism to survive what's going on. And that's the mind frame we have to get away from. They've placed us under such an oppression. And when I say oppression, I want to really say a spell. Like all the TV shows, everybody's a marketing exec going up the corporate ladder, but they never show you real entrepreneurs doing real entrepreneurial, unless it's movies of documentaries of people's lives. I know, right? That was a burp. I'm sorry. I didn't let it come out. She heard it rumble in my chest. But what was I saying? Yeah, real documentaries of people's lives, because that's what they all did during that time. But it was out of necessity. You could see what the concept of necessity would be. You know what else I think would be a great business right now? I'm about to predict some business future. That's just on my mind. Private organizations, but not like you think, but more like what's the word of it? Bally's Total Fitness, but not about fitness. You get what I'm saying? Supper clubs, like. What was that place that the one guy used to hang out and all the women used to wear gloves and you had to be on the list to get in? You get what I'm saying? That kind of thing is about to come back. It has to. For what's going on. If business is going to continue, they're doing too much fear mongering. It makes the local economy want to downsize like that to just being able to deal with a certain business base. So a lot of local economy things are about to boom. If you got the heart to get out there and do it, it's about to be that. It's gonna be flipping. Now don't get me wrong, as long as this is running, I got another thing that I'm about to do on a business level. I ain't gonna tell y'all about that because it's located right here. Unless somebody wanna come help me, I need help. So I got to get my email back up and running. I know Faithful, I got to call Faithful and ask for the password, but it's faithfulwisdomwarriors@gmail.com is our email address. I really do need some help. I got a great idea, great business idea. All we need is an online store. So, but that's the way it's time to think, especially if you're not typically a stay-at-home mom and you're becoming one out of necessity. And when I say necessity, I mean necessity. Maybe trauma, maybe hey, at this point we really could say trauma 22 or of COVID and all that. Because everybody suffered a trauma. You can't even act like nobody, every single group has suffered a trauma. So, during COVID. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's what, I think I gave it, that's all the business advice I'm going to give about all that. I love talking business advice, and I'm hoping these boys was going to come in and stop me from doing this video, but I don't know I think they left me. I don't think they're coming to help me. I think I'm alone in this one. So, but I wanted to tell that because that song was on about, my goal is to speak to people like me who feel like they don't have any help, who I do got help. I know my sons, they got you. And your sons got you too. But you feel like it, where you keep turning around like, man, gotta keep going. I want you to know, keep going. Keep going. It's worth it. It's worth it. And it comes from in here. Hey, can I tell y'all a dream I had real quick last night? It was deep. It felt like real life. I had a dream last night that I was hanging out with my husband, right? I ain't seen my husband in a long time, and I was hanging out with him. And it was like a good thing. Like all that stuff happened. It's over now. Oh, yay, my life is back to normal, right? But in the dream, he literally came. I see his face. It's clear. It's like if it's the future thing, it's me showing my own face looking like this. But he got dreadlocks, but he brown skin. But he was up close and he says, hey, they're going to go to Prometheus. You want to come? And then I'm like, what's Prometheus? And then he says, it's a place where they have sex cult rituals. This is in my dream, right? I look at him and say, no. And then at that moment in my dream, it was like knowledge went click, 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 click. If something fell, like a lock fell into place and you, like a lock fell in place and you understood something that was undeniable, wheat and tear. It was the moment, not saying I don't know. Well, I know what he is but I'm not saying what he really did, like the Prometheus. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what Prometheus is. I got to check that out, But he said that's what they did, sex cult rituals, right? In the dream. But that wasn't what blew my mind about dream. I don't even know about that. I don't know what that is. What blew my mind about the dream was the fact I said no. I was proud of myself. I mean, I remember, let's keep it real. Can I keep it 100? This is dream sex. So that means no harm, no foul, but it is harm and foul. You get what I'm saying? But my soul flat out said a long time ago, don't make no agreements. These dreams is where they make agreements with you at. Now, mind you, I was so happy to be with my husband. It was so like, what up, dog? I was so, in the dream, I was so relieved. It was over. It was a nightmare that was over. It was like he changed, or he was being rehabilitated, or Something like that. But in that moment when he asked me to go, it was the click, 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 was like, no. And the fact that you asked me to go tells me I can't ever go with you. Ever. Ever. Because you think it's okay to go. In any way, shape, or form. It's not okay. Why? Who got time for sex cult rituals? God, do y'all see this house? Do y'all see this? Who got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. You know, like who got, and in this world, God is here. God's coming. What are you talking about? That's exactly how I felt. But it was, no, not what are you talking about. That's not true. That's a devil. That's a spell that they just tried to get me to say. Right. Not what are you talking about. It was more along the lines of, hell no, we won't go. Shit. Let's be real. It was more on the lines of, hell no, we won't go. It was like a taking you back, like a corruption thing. Like it was literally like the moment, if my heart would have said, okay, I know this is a dream, I knew I would have been corrupted. It was over. It felt like one of those, that game where you do this with somebody, and then the moment I went no, it was like, so I just want to put that out there. It's also like God showing what he really looking for in the heart. Because only a certain heart would be okay with going to a location where they're doing any, and I repeat, any type of ritual. Let that be known. So, I'm so silly. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta go find my help. My help. See, that's the thing about it too. Moms, they have brainwashed these kids to think that everything is your responsibility, and I mean everything in the world. That's what's gonna change in this new pre-depression type of age. Like it's upon us. It's gonna be a depression age. It ain't pre-depression. We was in pre-depression, but we about to see some things. Especially y'all see the stores. I ain't gotta tell you no more. But now I'm gonna say fortify. Don't be one of those people that are holding on to the pain so much that you hold on to possessions that possess your life. Meaning like you lose it all. That I thank God for one thing about my husband. We played Monopoly. That's one thing me and him did all day and night long. People would be like, y'all two, don't nobody ever finish Monopoly. We played 2-3 games in a night. Thank God. That was because I was horrible. And now I'm mad because I should have sold sooner. I should have sold sooner for my financial capabilities. Like if I was financially capable and I wanted to, because that's how you move forward, the way you want to move forward. If I wanted to move forward on the corporate ladder, things would have been all right. But I have no desire to do that. No desire whatsoever. I do have a desire to do something entrepreneurial though. I'm itching for that. I love talking business. So, all right, I gotta go find these boys. I just wanted to tell you guys I'm here and that you can win. Like, not, what did I want to tell you? It's hard talking to yourself, I tell you that. That's what I tell you. But sometimes it feels like you're trying to do what God told you to do. Like he gave you this platform. What is the point? Unless to talk to the people that are you. So if you me, stay steadfast. Don't give up. Little engine that could it. Think creatively. I'm going to take everything downstairs, make it look like the house is empty as possible. And downstairs is my dwelling until you take this off my hands. But, and make it a real home. It ain't been a real home in a long time. So that's my blessing for anybody that do get the house. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.